Sabyasachi, when we speak about the new parties in the political fray or the smaller ones that could, create some kind of dead as far as Bihar's politics is concerned, who do you think is going to be a bigger face as you have spoken to the people of Bihar? Who do they think as an alternative?
The people of Bihar, there are mixed reactions that we have received from the ground. A lot of the people, as I was saying, that there was not a sharp anti-incumbency on ground. See, there are definitely people who want a change, but compared to it with 2020, when there was a lot of anger against the Nitish Kumar government, and we had seen that RJD coming out as the largest party with the votes. Now, compared to the present time, this time around, a lot of the political scenarios have changed, as most of the political parties have been targeting the Mahila, the youth, and or whether it is Tejaswi Yadav or Rahul Gandhi or Prime Minister Narendra Modi. All of them have made a series of promises for the youth of Bihar. Now, if you talk about the small parties like Prashant Kishore or the CPI or CPI ML or it is Mukesh Sahni, see, these political parties will play an important role, because last time the CPIML had won a quite number of seats, and because in the seats they are contesting, the issues that matters are quite local. So the local issues are also going to be important, because in some of the seats, whether if you talk about the RJD, if you talk about the NDA, in some of the seats the battle is going to be very local. The battle is going to be within the candidates themselves. So in these scenarios, the small political parties play an important role, and the Mahila and youth combination, which I was saying, and the youth factor, which comprises a major section of the voter percentage, which has been targeted by Prashant Kishore, which has been targeted by Tejaswi Yadav. In fact, Prashant Kishore time and again has been highlighting that how the youth of Bihar has to suffer a lot because of the lack of job opportunities or a lack of industry that has been set up in the state of Bihar in the last couple of years. So that particular point has been raised by Prashant Kishore time and again. So it's a closely contested battle between both the alliance, whether it is the NDA or the India bloc. But with the political parties in the scenario with like Mukesh Sahni or Prashant Kishore, it's going to be a heavily contested battle, because these political parties can gain a lot of number of seats or not. So we have to
All right, I think we lost connection with Sabyasachi over there. We'll try to reconnect those lines. But my colleague was actually decoding the situation in Bihar. Sabyasachi is back with us on the broadcast. Sabyasachi, please continue with the point that you were making.
Well, see, if you talk about Prashant Kishore, or if you talk about Mukesh Sahni, see, they have been on the ground. They have asked for a selected Mukesh Sahni. In fact, the India bloc has announced Mukesh Sahni as the deputy CM candidate for the Mahagathbandhan. Puts out a lot of significance, because somewhere the India bloc wants to get away from the picture of Muslim and Yadav, which usually connects with the RJD. So this time around, while with announcing Mukesh Sahni as the Deputy Chief Minister of the India bloc, the RJD and the Congress is trying to portray a picture that the India bloc is there for all the caste and not particularly focusing on one particular community. Now, in this scenario, the NDA also, in fact, with all the alliance partners of the NDAs, whether it is the Chirag Paswan faction, Chirag Paswan also have been targeting the youth of the Bihar. So this time around, the MY factor, which is the Mahila and youth combination, will be an extremely deciding factor in the state of Bihar, with the political parties also going to play a major role. Whether the parties like the CPI ML, which had won a decent amount of seats in last year, whether they are going to repeat the performance this year or not is yet to be seen. But in specific areas, there are definitely the local factors which are going to play a major role, because you can't ignore the local factors in the state of Bihar.
Absolutely. Sabyasachi, the NY factor that you have stated is with regards to Mahila and youth, but let's also speak about the dominant NY factor as far as Bihar's political arena is concerned, which is the Muslim Yadav vote bank. With both the Yadav brothers in the same boat going in a head-on clash, which way the voters wave sway?
Well, definitely. See, if you talk about the MY, the old MY factor, which is the Muslim Yadav factor, which has been associated with the Lalu Prasad regime, now the RJD has been trying its best to move away from that, but the RJD feels that somewhere this particular vote faction, whether it is the Muslim, whether it is the Yadav, are with the RJD. Now, with both the brothers contesting against each other, because we had heard that that Tej Pratap Yadav will be putting out a candidate in Raghupur, where Tejasvi Yadav is contesting. So the battle is extremely interesting, and there is a threat of the vote getting divided, which is going to cause a dent to the Mahagathbandhan itself. So this particular factor has been known both by Mr. Tejasvi Yadav as well as Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and with the Asauddin Owaisi also coming into the fray and targeting the Muslim votes is going to somewhere create a problem for the Mahagathbandhan, but whether it will have a huge impact or not is yet to be seen.
Absolutely. Sabyasachi, also I want to understand from you, the kind of effect that yesterday's press conference of Rahul Gandhi has created in Bihar's political arena. Any of the fireworks that you have noticed over there?
Oh, well, see, during the SIR, which the Congress party spearheaded, and we had seen that Rahul Gandhi carried out a huge roadshow regarding the special intensive revision of voter list and the vote chori allegation and Tejasvi Yadav. See, 3 months back, the picture was completely different. We were seeing that the Congress party was taking a lead and Mr. Tejasvi Yadav was somewhere sidelined. But then with a lot of discussions taking around with the top political leaders from the Congress party coming into the state of Bihar, and finally the India bloc coming together and deciding that Tejasvi Yadav will be the CM candidate as far as the India bloc is concerned. But if you talk about the vote chori allegation, it's somewhere not seen on the ground. Somewhere the people of Bihar have been speaking on the migration issue, have been speaking on Jivika Didi scheme, has been speaking on the promises that has been made by Tejasvi Yadav regarding providing jobs to the youth, or providing 30,000 rupees to the women of Bihar at the start of the year. Somewhere from all these issues that has been discussed by the people of Bihar, somewhere the vote chori allegation which has come in from the Congress party has been completely diluted, and not much impact can be seen on ground. See, time and again Rahul Gandhi has been making this allegation that vote theft has taken place in several states, and in Bihar also around 6.5 lakh votes have been deleted, and the India bloc leaders also have extended their support. But mostly if you see the campaigns of the campaigning of RJD or Tejasvi Yadav in different areas, somewhere this vote chori allegation cannot be seen during the RJD campaign, because they have not much focused on that apart from the Congress party.
So, development that the state of Bihar has seen under the tenure of Nitish Kumar, what does the youth have to say about that, Sabyasachi?
Well, see, the youth of Bihar have got different voices from Patna itself. The youth of Bihar are happy with the kind of development that has taken place, though they have highlighted the fact that the industries are lacking in the state of Bihar, that the people, the youth of Bihar have to travel to other states to get better job opportunities and to get work. In the state of Bihar, there's lack of industries, and that is a major part. And this particular part has been highlighted both by Mr. Tejasvi Yadav as well as Prashant Kishore. But the anti-incumbency, the sharp anti-incumbency which was seen against Nitish Kumar back in 2020, that somewhere is not seen this time around, which can give a clear advantage to the NDA. See, if the women voters come out in large numbers to cast their votes, see, it's going to be a huge advantage as far as Nitish Kumar is concerned. But in constituencies like the Raghupur and the other constituencies which are dominant constituencies of the RJD. See, in these constituencies, there are mixed reactions that people want a change, women want a change. In fact, some of the women have complained that they have not received the money from the Jivika Didi scheme. But we had seen that this month itself, when the campaigning was going on, and during this time also, the money was received not only once but twice under the Jivika Didi scheme by the people of by the women of Bihar. So it's going to be an interesting battle this time around, and with all the scenarios coming into play, whether it is a different schemes announced by different alliance, or whether it is the caste factor also coming into play and the local factors coming into play. So it's going to be a very interesting battle this time around, and with Mr. Prashant Kishore in the play this time around and targeting the youth section, which is the majority section in the state of Bihar, makes it more interesting.
Absolutely. Sabyasachi, Akash Vats, thank you so much for joining us and laying out the early trends coming in straight from phase 1 of Bihar elections. We have people already coming out to booth casting their crucial votes. We are enjoying the festival of democracy, as we call it.